tickets for the Stones? Tony, how could you afford that?
Tips, my man, tips.
From Shady's charcoal ragtop? I'll get that. Thank you. Have a good evening.
This is 2-9er. We're moving in. Let's roll. Everyone against the wall. Let's go.
What's going on here? William Percy, manager.
Search warrant. We have reason to suspect one of your valets here is copying customers' house keys and breaking into their homes.
What? But that's absurd. I assure you, all of our employees are bonded. Look, you have to do this right here. I mean, this is a place of business, you know, our customers.
All right, come on, spread it.
Well, what have we here?
Buddy, with an impression of a key. That's real smart, kid. You're under arrest. Cuff him.
But that's not mine. I didn't do anything.
You have the right to remain silent.
But that's not mine. I'm telling you, I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
I've been arrested.
You have a choice. You can proceed in juvenile court where there will be a juvenile record.
You said we have a choice?
There's also teen court. It's a pilot program. Teens participate as jury and counsel, all under the vigilant eye of a court-appointed magistrate. But most importantly, there will not be a juvenile record, regardless of verdict.
I'll take it.
I must warn you, Andrew, if found guilty, the punishment meted out by your fellow peers is often much harsher than anything you'd receive in a regular court of law. Well, that could mean community service, curfews, and restitution.
I'll take it. Dr. J, I feel so helpless. Powerless. Everybody thinks I'm guilty.
Not everybody, Andrew. People make mistakes. Sometimes we get accused of things we didn't do. It's frustrating, but it does happen. That's why we have a legal system. You're innocent until proven guilty.
Tell that to the guy who handcuffed me.
Yes, I'm sorry I had to go through that.
Well, let's get on with it.
You know, Andrew, if this works, we'll be able to increase ultraviolet absorption of the solar panels tenfold.
Look, it turned green.
Reflection instead of absorption.
Sorry I bombed, Dr. J.
Andrew, there is no such thing as failure to a scientist. I've merely discovered another way which doesn't work.
Yeah, Dr. J.
Hey, Clemens, you back from the big house already?
Boy, does word get around fast. How'd you find out?
I'm in the program. Teen court. I saw your name on the docket.
You?
I needed to top my civics grade. Anyway, your problems are over.
What are you talking about?
Well, don't thank me now, but you're looking at your new defense attorney. You wouldn't believe what I had to do to get this assignment.
What?
Hey, you're my bud and you're in trouble. You do the same for me. Okay, now you can thank me.
Thanks. I think.
Hi.
Where have you been? And what's with the outfit?
Chill, pal. I had to pick up a few accessories. In the game of law, image is everything. Check it out. Mock croc.
This isn't a game. This is my life we're talking about.
Hey, I'm on the case. I blew a whole weekend going over your file. And it looks majorly bad, bud. But I think we can dazzle the jury with a little style. It's the competition, Norman Hines.
He any good?
No, just lucky. Never lost a case. Till now.
All right.
You may be seated. Case number 624, the People versus Andrew Clements. Kirk Stevens for the defense. And Norman Hines prosecuting. Good to see you again, Norman.
Thank you, Judge Daly. Pleasure to be here.
My luck, they're probably related.
Proceed.
Your Honor, it is the intent of the prosecution to prove beyond any reasonable doubt that Andrew Clements did unlawfully commit burglary in the county of Briarwood.
Objection. Inflammatory.
Mr. Stevens, these are merely opening statements.
Yes, Your Honor.
Kirk, what are you doing?
When the facts are in your favor, you pound the facts. When the law is in your favor, you pound the law. When neither is in your favor, you pound the table. Basic Law 101.
So, Mr. Percy, according to your records as night manager, Andrew Clements was the only employee scheduled Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Yes, that's accurate.
The same evening, the robbery victims visited the restaurant.
Whoa, this guy's better than I thought.
That means Andrew Clements was also off duty Tuesdays and Thursdays, the same nights the robberies occurred, correct?
Yes.
As my chart here reflects, he meticulously planned the crimes to the last detail, selecting only the richest customers, copying their house keys, and breaking into their homes, a heinous and shocking criminal act.
Kirk, can't you do anything?
Right now, the most I can get him on is bad penmanship. All right. Wet bar, Your Honor.
Pardon?
I believe he means sidebar.
You may approach the bench.
Your Honor, he is tainting the jury's impartiality with this melodrama. Heinous, shocking criminal act? Please. In fact, all the evidence here is entirely circumstantial. I motion for an immediate dismissal.
Fervently argued and well said, Mr. Stevens. Dismissal denied. But do go on, Norman.
Always thought you were a screw-up, Stevens.
It's my best bud you're trying to convict here, Normie.
No more questions. Thank you, Mr. Percy. Yours?
No questions.
Prosecution rests.
Kirk, why don't you ask him something? What kind of defense is this?
A smart one. He buried you. But don't worry. Now it's the good guy's turn. The defense calls Dr. Benjamin Jeffcoat. Then you claim that on Tuesday night, the night that one of the robberies took place, Andrew Clements was in your company.
We've been together every Tuesday night for the past 3 months. We're developing a solar-powered plane.
You have proof of his attendance?
Documented dates, precise times, test results, etc.
Sounds like a valid alibi to me. You're a witness.
What exactly did these experiments entail, Doctor?
Well, any aerodynamic research necessitates some...
Flight. So he was in a plane with you on Tuesday?
Not exactly.
What then exactly? A helicopter? A blimp? A balloon? I don't understand. What did he do then, Doctor? Did he flap his arms and fly in his own?
Objection, Your Honor. Prosecution is bludgeoning the witness.
He's badgering the witness.
Then you noticed it too.
Norman, I'm not so sure the nature of the experiment is relevant. Change your line of questioning.
Am I good or what?
What hours were you together?
Between the hours of 7 and 9. Precisely.
But the crime in question was committed between 8 and 9:15. Even if Andrew was with you until 9 o'clock, that left him 15 minutes alone to commit the burglary.
Wait a minute. Wait 1 minute. That Tuesday night, Andrew was with me that night too.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but if I may indulge the court's indulgence, we went to the 9 o'clock movie at the Metro. Psycho Death and Cinerama. Lousy flick.
That's right. And I still have my ticket stub to prove it.
Your Honor, I strongly object to the defense acting as the accused's alibi.
Norman, this is teen court, not federal. Procedures here are a bit more lenient. Overruled.
Yes.
Dr. Jeffcoat's records state that he was working until 9. Yet Mr. Stevens claims he attended the 9 o'clock movie across town with him. How can one person be in two places at the same time?
Uh-oh.
In light of this rather conflicting testimony, it seems quite evident that someone here is either lying, or perhaps Andrew Clemens can fly.
We don't have a choice, Dr. J. I'm gonna have to reveal my superpowers or no one will believe my alibi.
This was bound to happen sooner or later, Andrew. How many times have I warned you about the indiscriminate use of your powers?
Okay, guys, we gotta go over this one more time.
What's that?
That's the work schedule and the robbery dates. We know you're innocent, so there's gotta be something we've missed.
Well, let's put it into the computer and see what pops up.
Good idea, Doc. Okay, let's figure out what we know first. All the crimes happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Wait a sec. Why didn't I see this before? This isn't right.
What do you mean it's not right? Your boss, that Percy guy, gave it to me.
But that night, there. I didn't work that Wednesday. I switched with Tony.
You switched?
It was 6 weeks ago. Forgot.
Let's see what that does to the schedule.
It was Tony. He set me up.
Oh, man, that stinks. But what about the putty they found in your pocket?
He must have planted it on me when the cops frisked me.
Well, at least now we know who was responsible.
How to prove it? There's gotta be a way. And I'm gonna find it. As long as Kirk Stevens is your counsel, no stone will lay unturned. I'm out of here.
Well, we can't fault him for lack of enthusiasm.
What are we gonna do, Dr. J?
I have a plan.
Why, aren't you just the sweetest little thing? Tip him, Will.
Why don't you just give him a piece of your jewelry, Lil? Why she insists on bringing along every bauble she owns every darn time we leave San Antone beats me. House we rent in town doesn't even have a safe.
Don't start on me, Will.
Here you go, son. Take this little Bronco out for grazing, see she gets plenty of pasture. And, here. Get yourself a suit. Come on, Lil. Let's see if the grub's as good as they say.
Oh, will do, Will. Think they bought it?
I hope so. I left the address on the visor.
Hey, Doc. It's Schellenbach. Listen, you're not gonna believe what I found.
Kirk, for crying out loud, pretend you don't know us.
Why? Oh, I get it. Sorry, guys, I didn't realize you two, My lips are sealed. I didn't see anything. Nothing at all.
Kirk! I'll talk to you later.
Come on, Will.
And I got a B on my history test. Kirk got a D. He put down that John Travolta was the leader of Grease.
Oh, messages.
Hi, Stephanie. It's Ruth. I'll talk as fast as I can because I can't remember if your machine shuts off after 20 seconds. I know you're not home, but I wanted to call you to ask you to call me and remind me that... Never mind. Hi, Stephanie. It's Marge Halpern from the community center. I was talking to Gloria, who was at last Tuesday's bridge game, and she told me about your son. I just
Mom.
don't understand young people today. Now, I just wanted to let you know that I won't let anything your son did affect our friendship.
Andrew.
It's all right, Mom. You don't have to say anything.
Andrew. Aaron and Ben, Kirk, Mrs. Schellenbach, and I know you're innocent. And what Marge and all those other people think is not important.
But it is.
I know it seems that way. But family and friends are what really count. And your family and friends believe in you.
Thanks. Dr. J, there's nothing happening at your house. How much longer are we gonna have to wait? Where is he? Where is he?
Chill, Clemens. There's still time.
Yeah, and I'll be serving it. Wait, I see someone. A dark figure, dark clothes, a hat with a sack. Mailman. I just can't concentrate.
Andrew, years ago, I was accused of plagiarizing Dr. Steinman's paper on cellular endoscopy. It took me years to clear my name. Today, nobody remembers the incident. I've even worked with Dr. Steinman twice since then.
Great. In a couple of years, maybe Tony and I will open a key boutique.
Ooh. Either your neighbor, Mr. Sanders, got a dye job, or Mrs. Sanders has a new friend. There you go. Licorice, jelly beans, barbecue chips, all out of caramel corn.
That's all you got? Junk food? Cyclamates and aspartame? What? No hoo-hoos? Bingo. It's him. That's the cable man. But I don't have cable. I'll call the police.
I'm going down for a closer look.
Andrew, wait!
Fine. Fine. No harm done.
So, Mr. Percy, you were responsible for, among other things, drawing up the work schedules.
Right.
But if someone switched a shift, the schedule wouldn't necessarily reflect that, would it?
No.
But the time cards would.
I suppose so.
No more questions. The defense calls Dr. Benjamin Jeffcoat.
We visited the restaurant posing as wealthy out-of-towners, hoping to entice the real culprit to show his hand.
And did he?
Yesterday, he broke into my house and stole some jewelry.
Were you able to identify him?
Unfortunately, he got away before the police arrived.
Thank you, Dr. Jeffcoat. No questions? The defense would like to call Andrew Clements.
I didn't work that Wednesday. I switched with Tony Batista and worked his Thursday.
So even though your schedule read one way, your time cards tell a different story.
Right.
Your Honor, without the time cards, this is all suppositional.
Your Honor, I have the time cards in question. Permission to enter as Exhibit B.
Granted. Thank you.
So, according to the time cards, the schedule should read like this. Clearly, Andrew Clements could not have committed the crimes. In fact, according to this schedule, Tony Batista is the prime suspect.
You can't pin this on me.
Order.
No, wait, I didn't do it!
I said order.
Objection, Your Honor. There's no evidence supporting this claim, and Dr. Jeffcoat stated in his testimony that the thief escaped. How does defense propose to identify him?
Elementary, Watson. Andrew?
We treated the jewelry with a solution which appears green when exposed to UV light.
What is this, Mr. Wizard?
Your Honor, I just happen to have one of those UV lights handy. May we demonstrate?
Objection, Your Honor. This charade.
I'll allow it. Go on, Mr. Stevens.
Your Honor, I give you
clean hands.
Wait a minute. I know this is unusual, Your Honor, but my reputation is at stake here. I have a hunch the real criminal is in this court. With your permission, I'd like to take what may be my last chance to prove my innocence.
It's irregular, but I'll allow it.
There's one other person with access to both the keys and the schedules. One whose fatal mistake was that he didn't doctor the time cards to match the schedules. William Percy.
This is absurd.
Bailiff, take Mr. Percy into custody.
Score one for the good guys.
The jury finds you not guilty.
Victory, sweet victory. Congratulations, Andrew.
How's it feel to be a free man again?
Liberating. And I have all you to thank.
Well, anything for a friend?
Stevens, you were awesome.
Where do you get my bill?
You were both wonderful. Oh.
Congratulations.
Can't win them all, eh, Normie?
Well, justice was served. That's all that counts.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I just got one question, Clemens. How did you get across town in under a minute?
Confidentially, I really can fly.